Hey, everybody, and welcome to Kickstarter Talk. We're using our new format. You guys can see the Kickstarter logo in there. We're already live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're just going to do a quick mic check to make sure because we're using a new program today. And as long as we hear music, we're in business. Kickstarter logo in there. We're already live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're just going to do a quick. All right, that's what I want to see. Super excited to be here with you guys tonight. Sorry about being late. I actually hurt my knee, so if you hear me wince or cry, just ignore it. It went from not hurting to hurting, so it might be a little bit more serious than I thought. Thought the nerve damage would help the knee not hurt. I'm gonna pop some Advil because it's actually starting to hurt me, and then we're gonna get to our program. Now, you guys noticing the cool new logo? Not new logo, but logo at the beginning of our show. Let's take you into the live browser view, which is going to give you an idea of what we're looking at for our amazing Now on Kickstarter Talk, January 23rd. This is actually, I believe, the second to last of the month. I don't believe that. I think the 31st is a Wednesday. 8 days from now, it should be the Wednesday, I believe. Super excited to be here with you guys. Yeah, we will have a 30th is actually next week. I don't know, I'm counting 8 days. So this is our second to last program of January. We're already that much through January. How awesome is that? Of course, this is Kickstarter Talk. We're going to jump right into the program right now and talk to you about some amazing projects that are on Kickstarter today. And we're going to start with the Advocator Presents. Now, normally do the 1 minute for all Kickstarters, except if it's ending within a week. And the Kickstarter is ending basically within a week. So we're going to go ahead and show you some extra stuff. This is, of course, the cover for the Advocator, which I'm super proud of. And if you notice the doubling, that was just because I did something cool to make it cascade onto itself. It ends with the Void on one side and Mary revised on the other side. So that might explain that for you guys. I am super excited to be part of this project. And let me show you guys this week's feature because it's really cool. That's right. This week we're featuring Grimwood Crossings, and very cool. Sorry. Very cool indeed. And here it is. I don't know. There it goes. Trying to find the right panel. I'm still getting used to the new stuff. You'll have to excuse me if I make a few mistakes today. The Winter Advocator. This week's feature story is Grimwood Crossing. Grimwood Crossing follows monster hunters in the Wild West. In this short story, they hunt down the ghost of a witch that has been haunting the trail into the town. This is by Connor G. Bartel. And, of course, you can get a story from Chuck about the Void. Travis about not broke down yet. Mary revised from Joseph Duas. The Ancient Story of Noah reimagined in Modern Testament from Frank Martin. And from my friend Jamie Primack. All of them are my friends. The Mismatched Interstellar. Heroes wind up in a bar fight, basically, while being stalked by a psychopathic seductress. That's in the Binary Star. And we are just about the end, and I want to tell you before you watch the video, The Advocator Presents is a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises, now offering continued short stories of the characters you have fallen in love with and may even gain some insight into these characters. For some of our creators featured in this volume that you are already a fan of, you get a new story that has never been seen before. The Advocator Presents is a new way to advocate for creators and their creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their worlds and then advocate for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is that the creators are all equal in the project, and all creators get an even share of the printed books. No one creator profits over the other creators outside of the hustle of sales on the Comic-Con table. Now, the reason I went through all this with you guys is as we go back, there isn't a long video. I actually make my videos super short and on purpose. So we're going to go ahead and play it. And then, of course, there's that instant delay from Kickstarter, which means I'm going to have to hit it again. to actually make
The Advocator presents this week's featured story, Grimwood Crossings. Grimwood Crossings follows monster hunters in the Wild West. In this short story, they hunt down the ghost of a witch that has been haunting the trail into the town. Also featured in the Winter Advocator is Welcome to the Void .5, Not Broke Down Yet, Mary Revised, Modern Testament's new reimagined take on Noah and his Ark, Grimwood's Crossing Short, which we just mentioned, and Binary Stars Intergalactic Bar Fight. We appreciate you guys supporting us and want you to know what The Advocator is all about. The Advocator Presents is a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises, now offering continued short stories of the characters they fall in love with and may even get some insight into these characters. So some of our creators featured in this following that you're already a fan of, you get a new short story that you have never seen before. The Advocator Presents is a new way to advocate for creators and their creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their worlds and then advocate for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is that all creators are all equal in this project, and all creators will get an even share of the printed books. No one creator shall profit over the other creators outside the hustle of sales at their tables on the Comic-Con highway.
So I'm super excited about this project. We are so close to finally being funded and getting on with the next issue, because this is an ongoing series. We're going to talk more about it if we have time at the end of the program. We should be off air by 8:05. That's when we came on. So we'll see if we have time left. I hope we do, because I want to talk about it more, obviously. I should say this, even though I'm running the project, I assure you I benefit not at all from the project. So as I have been pushing this and all this, and certain people have made, comments, we'll leave it at, they're forgetting that I actually don't get anything from this successful Kickstarter. It's not why I'm doing it. So I'm doing this because I believe in the idea of what the Advocator represents, and that's why I want you guys to join with me. Can you guys do that? Can you guys be motivated and be part of it? Speaking of being part of something, how about we be part of the Cornrows Part 1 of the Urban Fantasy comic book series? Let's check this out. That's all you get for today. 1 minute. If you want to see it more, give me some noise in the chat room. Let me know. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Time out. If this is here, that means it's probably ending in the next week. So that means it automatically gets 60 minutes. All right, guys, that's pretty awesome, right? Speaking of awesome, let's check out, and of course, I got something special since this is the last week of this one. I got something special to show you guys. All right, and I'm going to show you this special thing first. For that, we're going to have to go to Dog Days, so we're going straight to the actual Kickstarter. We're going to give it some love. So here we go. Giving you guys 9 days left. All right, so here's 9 days left. This is their update. I'm not going to read you the update. I'm bringing you a cool video. So check this out. Let me make sure we're framed up right. We're framed up good, 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 good. I like this new control room. I can actually see what you guys are seeing. So here we go. Stories have been here since the beginning. Stories are how we survive, how we learn, and how we grow. The stories needed to be protected, so they were carved them in stone. Stories are how we survived, how we learned, how we grew. We wrote them down, we bound them and sold them. They didn't have to teach lessons any longer. We thought we were safe. We didn't want to learn from the stories anymore. We wanted to be entertained. We wanted to consume it and toss it. Books no longer teach values. We lost our values along the way. They need to be sold to anyone. We wanted more and more until readings and rememberings wasn't enough, and then we gave it away to the machines. They now remember our stories. They repeat our stories like they matter to them, but it doesn't remember where they came from or why or what the purpose of them were. They took them from us. We have forgot. Alexa, tell me a story. All right, how cool is that? And if you want to know more about Dog Days, you're in luck, because here we go. Let's roll the beautiful bean footage. Sure, that's copyrighted. I'll be getting a letter.
Welcome to the Dog Days Kickstarter, a crime noir tale that follows a pair of canine detectives embroiled in a cult attempt to murder and skin its citizens. Meet Barnabas, brand new on the job and willing to help, and a crime too big and too sinister for him to handle. Meet Wolf, a hard-beat detective who's been on the job for a long time, not excited about Barnabas on the case, and she has her own problems with the litter of pups on the way. Animals being skinned alive, taken somewhere sinister, as we explore into the dark noir world of Dog Days. With Dog Days, we have some amazing pledge levels that we want to get you connected to. Here's just a few. For just $10, you can get the digital PDF of Dog Days. Just $20, you can get the graphic novel in print, all 120 pages shipped to you. For those who love the bad guys, we have an exclusive Kickstarter cover called the Butcher Edition. If you want to be in Dog Days, now is your chance. Have a cameo in Dog Days as your favorite pet or as yourself, as whatever animal you want. Hurry now, pledge today, before it's too late.
And that's it. And I'm live right now on my page, Mr. Anderson, the Indie Devil, showing you guys the background of how this looks now. We removed a camera, and we have one less camera going on. Now it's all streaming from the computer. It gives me a lot more control. It's a lot more comfortable once you get used to it, and I've only had it for about 24 hours, but I'm really enjoying it. You guys can see that behind-the-scenes video later on. But for right now, let's get back to Kickstarter talk, and let's talk about Tainted, number 1 of 5. Now, this is one of those circumstances where I think that we're going to let the music play. It's got just about a week to go, and I'm told they have permission for it. Let's see. We'll gamble. We're going to let it play. We'll take it off just because I don't want anyone to miss this. Because what will happen is if we play the music, even though it's from Sad Puppy and permission was given to the creator, they will wind up muting and or removing this part of the video. And I don't want Tainted not to get the love it deserves. This is a great project. And it's about trauma. So very, very cool. I just moved. That's why you heard the deep breath. Nothing to do with the Kickstarter. I love to watch this video. I love the. We had a really in-depth conversation on this a couple days ago on the news. You guys should go back and check it out. It was really cool. Super excited about the fact that they're getting so close to funding. That this is a Kickstarter, and a lot of Kickstarters, not all, seem to be having a little more trouble getting to where they are. And some of it's fan base. If you have the fan, this is how it pretty much goes, in my opinion, right now for Kickstarter. A lot more of the time, it's about your fan base and reaching to people who are excited to back your particular product. And it's harder and harder to build a newer fan base because I think certain people have gotten burnt on Kickstarter. So you need the fans before you get to Kickstarter. And I think that that's the way to go. I mean, we were actually doing really good with the Advocator because we have over 110 people who have backed it. And that's, to me, a good amount. I don't care what anyone else says. To me, that's an accomplishment. And I know we're going to get there. And I know projects like Tainted deserve the love and respect of all of us, and all of us should be supporting it. If you guys hear crying in the background, that's my little girl, Cracker. She's not in the room, and she's crying. She's not in the room. I didn't want to get up because my knee hurts, but I can't keep letting her cry like that. So I'm going to get up as soon as we go to another video and let her in so she can calm down. She's been having a bad stomach today, so I'm sure she's not feeling well. She wants to be near her daddy. We're talking about a dog, by the way, just so everyone knows. This is Soul Pack, and this is by Marcel Dupree. This is a blurred named Nia allows her soul to be taken over for demon revenge. You can click right here to get it. It's doing great on Kickstarter. We don't have a video for it because, unfortunately, copyright music. The only reason we let Tainted go in was because there was permission given. And Sisterhood #1 sketch does not actually have a video, so we can't play anything for you. But you should definitely check it out. It's a special project, one of those 100 projects that Kickstarter had where you have to create 100 or something. And speaking of creating 100 something, whenever you're in the Divinity Factor, actually the sketch cover edition now for the Make 100 does have a video, so let's check it out. Oof, I got to turn that up.
Male fighter pilots in history. And judging by the reaction I get from fans at the comic shows I do, my next story is going to be even bigger. Guinevere and the Divinity Factory. Our story opens with Guinevere, who's an apprentice wizard entering a palatial estate. There's a massive flapper party going on, but she's not here for the party. She's here to meet the patron wizard, the master of the house, Francis Gatz. Imagine combining Harry Potter and the Great Gatsby, and you get an idea of the world that results in Guinevere and the Divinity Factory. To help bring this story to life, I commissioned Juliet Kita, whose likeness I used for the character of Guinevere, together with her husband Nathan, in order to act out the two lead roles in the opening scene of the comic book, set to the music of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy in a music video. We have some wonderful perks for people who back our crowdfunding campaign. We've got the comic book, we've got the music video, we've got fantastic art. I've commissioned a variant cover. It's beautiful. It's only available to people who back this crowdfunding effort. I look forward to all of my returning customers, as well as the many new ones that I'm going to meet.
Super cool. We're just going to take a second to remind you guys, and we can do this now. It's kind of cool that this show is brought to you by the Indie Advocates Network. That's right. The actual website that can show you what you need to know about indie comics, and your love for it can be rewarded. We are super excited about the fact that now On Kickstarter is part of our menu, which you can see at the top of your screen right now. And you can see that also you can find anywhere to go on the Comic-Con highway by clicking on that in our red menu. And tonight's program is also brought to you by me, Mr. Anderson, the unboxable advocating creator, and I am the Indie Devil, and I will tempt you with my devilish tales. You can follow me at MrAnderson.com, and this is just a peek of what you can see. You can see all that information there. You can see projects that you might not even know that I'm working on. We'll be adding some titles to there very shortly, so stay tuned. We're going to head back into the program right now. We're going to and go to the Realms of Spirits, #2, Blossom of the North. Let's see what's going on with my friend, Sylvester Alman's property.
Hello, my name is Sylvester Edmonds, creator and writer of Ronald Sperry's Blossom of the North Star. Blossom of the North Star starts on the second day of an 8-day prophecy. Shemaiah, daughter of Archangel Gabriel, is to be born to an oracle who can walk within the spirit world. But before Shemaiah is born, you will see her as an angelic little girl who will be saving the souls of her people from the soul of the succubus. You can help us by pledging for a comic book and supporting us on social media and to your friends and family. If they're interested in fantasy, mysticism, and horror, then this is the book for them. And also, please enjoy the trailer. I worked really hard on it just for you. Thank you.
All right, guys. There's still more, so stay tuned. Now, this is where the minute lets up, but because it's my show and because it's our first time on this and the art is so beautiful, we're going to give it a play. It's only 49 more seconds or 44. We can live it. We can get there. Guys, if you like Samurai 5 Blades is for you. This got launched just the other day and absolutely took off. Super awesome. And this is all you cat people can get a badass cat print when you back 5 Blades. That's right. You get this print and the book for 20 bucks. And you can go get it by clicking on the link today. That's brought to us by Marcel Dupree. New to the program, Weaselmeisters Volume 1. I like the back actually has like you would see a regular trailer. So that's going on. I know you guys are excited, but don't go yet to back these projects. Check out what we have remaining because there's some good projects still to come. Hollow Testament. You remember Frank Martin from Modern Testament? What happens when he does another crossover with another creator? Well, sit back and find out as this video will explain.
Hi, I'm Frank Martin, creator of Modern Testament.
And I'm Luke Cooper, creator of Hollow Girl.
On the surface, both of our comics couldn't be further apart. One is an anthology that follows ancient beings in modern times, and the other is a gritty, supernatural action thriller about one girl's quest for revenge.
But they're actually more alike than you might think. Hologo at its core is driven by deep biblical themes like vengeance and restless spirits, which makes her perfect to go up against a cast of mythological creations.
Following the same format as Modern Testament, Hollow Testament contains 3 standalone short stories, pitting Hologirl against a different biblical being in each one.
She would have to face off against Joan the Divine, Cain, and Death, as she continues her mission to help tortured souls find peace.
Thanks for taking the time to check out the Hollow Testament campaign, and please let us know if you have any questions about it.
To support our project, please click on the reward tier of your choice. Your pledge to bring this project to life will be very much appreciated.
How cool is that? Indie creators working together. I love it. Frank Martin's absolutely amazing. Hats off to him. Speaking of hats off, let's take our hats off, sit down, relax, and check out Chaotic Flux. Well, we're at the end of our list, so we're going to remind everyone that $1 can make let's try this one more time. $1 can make dreams come true. There we go. $1 can show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support creators, and create new worlds. And if you're creating your own new world and you're going to Kickstarter, get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, second edition of Practical and Informative Guides crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Rising, the author, and Christian Shin, illustrator. And if you want us to cover your Kickstarter, make sure that you email us or join our Facebook group and let us know about your Kickstarter. But wait. There's also another way. I wind up putting things on my personal page that ask people about it, because I want to be able to share with everyone what's going on. So I do cool stuff for you guys, which you guys should be able to see. There we go. In these Kickstarters that we're going to be looking at in just a second, because we did a last call for Kickstarters. That's right, guys. Here it is. I wound up making sure that we didn't miss anything. And thank goodness we did, because we had 3 add-ons right now to the program. Well, this evening to the program. These were added on just 4 hours ago. So at 3 o'clock, we would have missed all these if I hadn't done this final pledge. So we're going to be seeing from Gary Scott Beatty, and he said he almost missed out. Jay Campbell's Conceptual Heist is finally here. And Madeline Holly Rising, she is happy to announce that the Boston Metaphysical Society, The Spirits of Rebellion Kickstarter is officially live. Join Catalina as she discovers a ghost, a rebellion, and perhaps her destiny. Super exciting. Let's dive into it. Oops. Aaron needs my help. I'll check that out on my phones. But in the meantime, first time on the program, Gods of Azure. Let's see what this is about.
Hi, I'm Gary Scott Beatty, and in 2017, I successfully kickstarted Strange Horror, 3 full-color digital comics. Ever since, you've been asking me when more of my strange stories will be available. I'm now ready to offer you Gods of Azern 1, 2, and 3 and the New Witches graphic novel. Gods of Azern collects 9 stories written and drawn by me in 3 full-color digital comics, content previously seen in my webcomic. Plus, be the first to read the new Gods of Azern Witches graphic novel in its entirety before anyone else, estimated at over 70 pages in full-color PDF. My horror comics aim to be thought-provoking, Lovecraftian, and cosmic, and Gods of Azern continues that trend. If you're already a friend, thank you so much for helping me continue to produce comics. If you're new, thanks for giving Gods of Azern a look. In glorious service to our Azern overlords, this is Gary Scott Beatty.
Super cool, right? That just launched. It's already made its goal. It only had a $50 goal, so it's not that hard to do that. But it's already made $538, 22 days to go. Super, super excited to see Gary back on Kickstarter. Already 1,000% funded. I would like to be 1,000% funded for sure. And this is Conceptual Heist Volume 1. Let's check it out. New to the program. I've never seen this. I'm watching it for the first time with you guys.
It's the year 2090. Gemma Heiss is about to steal one of the most famous paintings in history from a space station 350 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. Do you want to join the heist?
Hello, I'm JDC, writer and co-creator of Conceptual Heist. For almost 4 years, Matt Gagnon and I have been telling Gemma's story in the comic strip Conceptual Heist twice a week. Now that we've come to the end of our first story arc, it's time for us to bring you Gemma's story in book form.
In the year 2090, Gemma Heiss is a museum curator, an heiress, and an absentee VP of a security company. But most importantly, she's an art thief who's about to take crime out of this world.
She may not be Robin Hood, but she's getting there.
Matt and I have come to Kickstarter to help fund the coloring and printing of Conceptual Heist Book 1 and to bring it to a larger audience. We've already had success with 2 previous Kickstarter campaigns, and now we're back to bring our series to you in a 136-page full-color volume. We have plenty of great rewards for backing. The trade paperback, the limited edition hardcover, signed prints, and some original art by our very own Matt Gagnon. And if you stay tuned to the Kickstarter, we're planning on hosting some live streams where we'll be announcing some fun and exciting experiences as rewards for backing. By funding this project, we'll only be months away from taking this story from the web and placing it into your hands.
This is your best chance to get the adventure in full color. So choose your reward, back us on Kickstarter, and join the heist.
All right, super exciting. Let's all join the heist now on Kickstarter. And surely you can see. Oh, I guess there was something at the end of that video. Oh.
The year is 2090, and Gemma Heiss is about to steal one of the most famous paintings in all of history. No. The year is 2090, and Gemma Heiss is about to steal one of the most famous paintings in history. It is the year 2090, and Gemma Heiss is about to steal one of the most famous paintings in history. Why am I doing this accent?
I don't think he's watched Simpsons, and anyone who watched The Simpsons knows why that joke actually makes sense.
The year is 2090, and Gemma, how do you breathe in this thing?
That was cool. I gotta admit, I like a good laugh. That was very, very cool. Kudos. Well done. All right. Speaking of well done, always what's well done is Madeline Holly Rising's Boston Metaphysics Society. And, of course, we talked about the fact that she makes a book about Kickstarters. So we're going to learn from the pro by watching this amazing video.
Hi, everyone. My name is Madeline Holly Rosing, and I'm the writer-creator of the steampunk supernatural series, Boston Metaphysical Society. Welcome to our Kickstarter to print our brand new standalone book, The Spirit of Rebellion, a Caitlin O'Sullivan story. If you're not familiar with the original series, it's about an ex-Pinkerton detective, a spirit photographer, and a genius scientist who battles supernatural forces in late 1800s Boston. In our new story, Caitlin is thrown out of the house by her mother. She goes to Samuel for help, and he takes her to Philadelphia to the boarding house of an old friend. And there she discovers a ghost, a rebellion, and perhaps her destiny. Now, the story itself is 34 pages long in a 44-page perfect bound book, which means lots of extras for you. And I'm happy to say that Gwen Tavares is back on board doing the art and coloring. And even better, the book will be ready to go to the printer by the end of the campaign. And if you're new to the Boston Metaphysical universe, the original trade paperback and our previous standalone story, The Scourge of the Mechanical Man, will be available as well. So please take a look at the reward tiers on our Kickstarter homepage and pledge today. And thank you in advance for your support.
I feel like we haven't watched a certain Kickstarter for some reason. I don't know. That's to be sure. Let's just go back and make sure that we've watched it. I know we went really quick at the beginning of the program. Let's do a scroll all the way to the top. And what do we got all the way up here? What's this? All the way up here. Ooh, we have a video. Let's check this video out.
The Advocator presents this week's featured story, Grimwood Crossings. Grimwood Crossings follows monster hunters in the Wild West. In this short story, they hunt down the ghost of a witch that has been haunting the trail into the town. Also featured in the Winter Advocator is Welcome to the Void .5, not broke down yet, Mary Revised, Modern Testament's new reimagined take on Noah and his Ark, Grimwood's Crossing Short, which we just mentioned, and Binary Stars Intergalactic Bar Fight. We appreciate you guys supporting us and want you to know what The Advocator is all about. The Advocator Presents is a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises, now offering continued short stories of the characters fall in love with and may even get some insight into these characters. For some of our creators featured in this volume that you're already a fan of, you get a new short story that you have never seen before. The Advocate Presents is a new way to advocate for creators and their creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their worlds and then advocate for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is that all creators are all equal in this project, and all creators will get an even share of the printed books. No one creator shall profit over the other creators outside the hustle of sales at their tables on the Comic-Con highway.
All right, guys. Hey, you know what? We have a little bit of time. Why don't we watch what else Travis Gibb is up to? For those who don't know, he's also on Dog Days.
Welcome to the Dog Days Kickstarter, a crime noir tale that follows a pair of canine detectives embroiled in a cult attempt to murder and skin its citizens. Meet Barnabas, brand on the job and willing to help, in a crime too big and too sinister for him to handle. Meet Wolf, a hard-beat detective who's been on the job for a long time, not excited about Barnabas on the case, and she has her own problems with the litter of pups on the way. Animals being skinned alive, taken somewhere sinister, as we explore into the dark noir world of Dog Days. With Dog Days, we have some amazing pledge levels that we want to get you connected to. Here's just a few. For just $10, you can get the digital PDF of Dog Days. Just $20, you can get the graphic novel in print, all 120 pages shipped to you. For those who love the bad guys, we have an exclusive Kickstarter cover called the Butcher Edition. If you want to be in Dog Days, now is your chance. Have a cameo in Dog Days as your favorite pet or as yourself, as whatever animal you want. Hurry now, pledge today, before it's too late.
How cool is that? Now, if you're wondering what I'm getting at by showing this, I want to prove to you guys how talented the group is. Because guess what? Frank Martin is also part of the Advocator. And what does that mean? Well, that's a good question. Let's find out what that means. What could that mean? Could that mean that he is also on Kickstarter? That's right. Hollow Testament is Frank Martin's. And we'll talk about exactly the time. Just 1 second.
Hi, I'm Frank Martin, creator of Modern Testament.
And I'm Luke Cooper, creator of Hollow Girl.
On the surface, both of our comics couldn't be further apart. One is an anthology that follows ancient beings in modern times, and the other is a gritty, supernatural action thriller about one girl's quest for revenge.
But they're actually more alike than you might think. Hollow Girl at its core is driven by deep biblical themes like vengeance and restless spirits, which makes her perfect to go up against a cast of mythological creations.
Following the same format as Modern Testament, Hollow Testament contains 3 standalone short stories, pitting Hollow Girl against a different biblical being in each one.
She will have to face off against Joan the Divine, Cain, and Death, as she continues her mission to help tortured souls find peace.
Thanks for taking the time to check out the Hollow Testament campaign, and please let us know if you have any questions about it.
To support our project, please click on the reward tier of your choice. Your pledge to bring this project to life will be very much appreciated.
Now, once again, guys, we're going to just talk about the importance of the Advocator, because you guys have just seen the reach the Advocator has. And this has all been brought to life by the Indie Advocates Network. And, of course, INIECOMICS.com is our main website. We also have a Facebook group, and you can find that group at the bottom of our page under Facebook group, or you can even find it in our section, which I'll show you right here. For those wondering, if you ever want to put your particular items on Kickstarter, and I get that in the middle of the show, people will message me. If you ever hear the messenger going off, sometimes that's people asking, hey, how can I get my information on your site? And that's a great question. We try to make it as easy as can, but instead of making a giant banner for it, which we had at one point and no one seemed to ever pay attention to it, we built it in right here. So if you just go to our Facebook page right here, it'll load up and it'll go in right there. And that's it. That's the Indie Advocates Network. And we're going to, of course, Madeline was happy to announce the fact that her Kickstarter was there. How cool is Madeline? We we shared a little bit of the Michael Watson. That's weird. I actually have an inbox message. Oh, it's just something from my sister. And then we have Dean Kish, who has 10 days left on the Tainted 1 of 5 comic book series. Creek Wilden has a secret to unlock. She'll lose the love of her life to take a journey of self-discovery and fight a 3,000-year-old cult. Now, if I want to fight a cult, I don't think I want to fight a 3,000-year-old cult, because you figure after 3,000 years, they might have gotten their stuff together. So super excited. It's Canadian money, but it's still important to get funded. So make sure you guys are doing it. Of course, we talked about Jay Campbell's heist. That's been on there. And my good friend. And speaking of good friends, I think that my stalling has paid off. If I'm not mistaken, I hear Chuck in the background.
You hear me? What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Chuck?
Kicking it old school with my bitches, yo. What about you?
Doing Kickstarter talk. I'm trying to advocate for the advocator. I'm a little down. 2 bad knees right now. Not fun times.
I heard, dude. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I don't know what happened to the one, but the other one, Jack was like giving my sister a little bit of trouble. So I went to pick him up and he kicked, and I've never felt a spasm in the back of my knee. I'm guessing that's probably a bad feeling.
Ooh. I knew on Monday that I was having an issue with my shoulder because I tried to pick up my beer and I could not. Like, I actually had to switch hands. So
but
I have an idea what you're talking about.
2 things to be said about that. First off, I like the fact that you're first judging the fact that, oh, no, I'm really hurt. I can't actually pick up a beer. And second, well, fuck my shoulder. I have another arm. I'll just drink it from here.
What are you going to do, man, right? God gave us 2.
What do you think of the new look of the show? What do you saw it a little bit. What do you think of our new software?
I love all the changes going on. The site looks so much better. Everything is so much more professional and nicer. I'm loving it, dude.
I thank you. So, first, is this the first time you're seeing the Grimwood Crossing?
No, Connor and I are good buddies. I worked with him on his last project on Swords and Sorrows.
Well, I meant the fact that he's our featured story this week.
Oh, no, I did know about that. I saw it earlier today on the site.
Okay. What do you think of that? I actually kind of liked how I put this art together. It's easier to do now in the videos.
It looks really good. It really does.
It's super sweet. Like, look at what I did this morning. I can show everyone who's watching now. And this is some of the stuff I built this morning. And I left it in the program. Of course, we're on Indie Advocates. And now that goes right to our screen. So it looks so professional. And then our site, the way our site looks now on that. And I actually put all those Indie Advocate banners up there for the network over an ad. Because screw an ad. I'm not going to put an ad in every scene that we do.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't pay for that. Now, this is the feature that I was going off of for the video. And a little bit self-grandizing with my own card there. Of course, I'm a devil. What do you expect from me? And there's the Grimwood Crossing and why we do what we do. Because I don't think people understand it. And we were talking a little bit about this tongue-in-cheek the other day. But and certain creators have gotten a little upset about the fact that I've called people out about not backing the Advocator. Which,
yeah, I saw that.
I guess it was coming. I guess some people were going to get upset. I haven't heard a response to my response to them. And as a matter of fact, I noticed everyone stopped talking. So I don't know what that means. I just suddenly noticed that everyone stopped talking. What me and Chuck are talking about right now is that I had said that if you don't back the Advocator, you must hate indie comics. And it wasn't that I was trying to state, and I've told anyone who's asked me this, it was never about the fact that you have to back our comic to be an indie comic fan. It was the fact of what this stands for, what the Advocator stands for. And I'm going to let Chuck explain that, because I say it and everyone thinks I'm a robot and that I'm just reading something Travis wrote. Chuck's the indie darling, and when he says it, people believe it. So I'm going to let Chuck explain it.
All right, listen up, people. The awesome thing, and so I don't have a script. I don't have any of the bullshit. It's just straight from here, and I think that's why people like it. The Advocator is so amazing because it is doing what people have been trying to do in indie comics for I don't even fucking know how long and never been able to pull it off. We're trying to show off indie comic franchises. We're trying to show off all sorts of these different franchises without any amount of greed being present whatsoever. And that's why I love the fact that none of the money ever really touches us. It goes straight to the bank account and then straight over to Kraken Print. They print off the books and they come to us. No one sees cash. All of that just turns into books and tons of great products. And that's something that, as far as I know, has never really been done before in indie comics, and it's why this is such a big deal. It's why I'm so excited to be a part of it. It's why I'm so excited to be a part of it, like with all of these other great franchises. Welcome to the Void is a very new franchise compared to a lot of these other ones. Jamie Primack has been doing her stuff for a while. I mean, Broke Down is new as well. Grimwood already has 2 full graphic novels. I mean, we were really lucky to get in there, and you know, I mean, obviously, being the editor, it certainly helped out, but I also had a story to tell, and it was enjoyed. Everybody liked it, and got on there.
Yeah, and what I liked about it was that you had said this, so I'm not blowing up your spot, and it's only because you publicly said this do I bring it up, that you had felt like at the end of your first book that you kind of had a slight miss. Can you explain that? And how the Advocator fixes the miss?
Yeah. So what basically happens with that is that I'd had lots of reviewers check it out and whatnot, and there was a couple of moments in the book where they looked like, and they were considered minor missteps. There's a point where one of the characters is actually pushed into a brick wall, and you see his face halfway in the brick wall, and that's supposed to happen. That's him entering the void. But then in the very next panel, he's popped back out again. And that was kind of an artist misstep, and that was something that we didn't really consider when we were looking over everything. And so it was like, how do you explain that? Like, why did nobody notice? And so I actually, when I did this little 4-pager, I explained that. And I explained some other things that I was going to explain later on anyways, but I thought, hey, while I'm already doing this, let's do it, and then also add a full new layer of mystery. Really get people excited into the mythology, because that's something that I didn't get to play with too much, was the actual mythology of Welcome to the Void. I was too focused on that great ending and really getting people kind of excited about Manny, and then, you know, what he deals with from every day, and then the Void at the very end.
Now, speaking of the Void and this amazing project you got going on, can you talk about this alt cover that we've seen that came out of nowhere? Like, how did this become something?
So it's actually kind of a cool story. What basically happened was, and actually I have so far not had to get any covers. People, like, I mean, the cover for Welcome to the Void was actually done by Don Edwards. I originally just wanted something very, very flat. It was just going to be black. It was going to say Welcome to the Void, and it was going to have like this starburst. And I just wanted, my idea was to originally just have people look at that and go, whoa, what even is that? But too many people told me, man, that will not jump off a shelf. No one's going to buy it. You can do it later on when you have a name, but for now, you don't have one, and that won't work. And I was like, okay, cool. So I took this great picture that Don Edwards had drawn, and I made that our cover, and it's blown up. Everybody loves it. Everyone's excited about it. And so Kyron Silva, who drew this, came to me and said, can I do a print for you? And I said, of course you can. And he did a print, and I liked it a lot, and it was just a cool little Manny fighting a bunch of demons thing. And so that was going to be my my Advocator cover. And so I said, yeah, cool, there it is. And he went, whoa, 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 I just kind of drew it for fun. It's not good enough. And I said, well, I like it. I think it's good enough. Everybody else seems to like it. And he's like, no, I can do better. I'm like, all right, well, we're doing this thing now, so you're kind of on a time crunch, but let's see what you can do. And he did that, and holy crap, he was so excited. I want to find out who the colorist is. I don't remember, but he worked his ass off and just made something absolutely beautiful.
Oh, man. I really agree with you on that. And one of the things that I'm super excited about with this is the possibility that is this something that maybe will tie in later with another franchise? Because I know there are some hidden Easter eggs in the cover.
Yeah.
Crossovers?
You know what? I remember when I first started, it was like, no, Welcome to the Void. I want it to be its own thing. And then I realized, like, the Void is literally a dimension. And so by being able to travel into it, it means that Manny can go anywhere. So actually, there's almost no other book that's better for a crossover than Welcome to the Void. So is there a possibility? Absolutely. It's always there. It would be down the road a ways. I'm not even considering it right now as far as actually trying to build a story to it. But yes, the possibility is totally there.
Oh, man, that's exciting. So talk to us about Dog Days. I know you also have a vested interest in Dog Days, don't you?
I do. So Dog Days is great. I've been able to read over it already. I love what we're doing. We're working on it really well. And it's, oh, man, Travis and I are beating our heads against a wall. And Travis has come up with what could be a really cool idea as far as a way to show off something that he's working on. And that is, and I guess all I can kind of do is explain it to you guys right now, is right now you guys are seeing anthropomorphic animals as in this crime noir thing. And that's cool. At the end of the day, that just is what it is. Like, it's still a crime noir. It's still anthropomorphic. There's nothing special about it. But this book takes story to a completely other level. What you start with as far as just these anthropomorphic animals and whatnot, and then what it actually is insane. And I'm not even sure how to explain it right, but just understand that the kind of grim fairy tales look to it and feel to it and all that, there's more to that than just a feel. We're really playing with some meta stuff here.
Oh, man. That makes me ask 1,000 questions.
Yeah, right.
I like it. I like it. That's smart. That's a quick way to get me interested in it. So let's talk about the nitty gritty about you and what's coming up for you, because this isn't obviously one of the things about the Advocator is showing off who the creators are. So what's next for Chuck?
Oh, everything. Next is Belial, which the little stone dude that you see hanging from the tree on our Advocator post. That's Link, and he's going to be one of the stars for Belial. Belial is an action-adventure comedy in hell, and it is honestly one of the funniest things I've done in a long time. I had so much fun with it. That's Link right there. Even when I started writing the book, he was not originally a part of it. I actually discovered him while doing research on demons and whatnot. Link is actually based off an actual great British folktale. And so I actually took history and made it a part of Belial. And so Link is that piece. And he seems like this funny little dickish bastard, and that's exactly what he is. But yeah, his story is actually really interesting. If you ever get the chance to look up the Lincoln Imps in Lincoln, England, they basically had this story about all of the town all over the place. There's imps. There's stone imps everywhere, and especially on the Lincoln Cathedral, which has been around since the medieval days.
Wow.
Yeah. And so one of the tales that goes with that is that those imps supposedly rose up from hell and were let out, and they flew across the countryside, and they were making mayhem and mischief. And so in the story, they're in the Lincoln Cathedral, and they're throwing rocks, and they're breaking the stained glass, and they're doing all sorts of terrible stuff. And an angel of the Lord leapt up from the Bible, and he started angrily turning the imps into stone. And one of the imps picked up a rock and threw it at the angel. This is the actual story. He threw it at the angel and beamed the angel. And the angel got so angry that he then said, "Lo, imp, you shall be turned into stone," and turned him into stone. And I thought, what a badass little piece of shit. This guy took on an angel knowing he didn't have a chance in hell. What a great character. And so I took that and I turned that into something that has just, I mean, anytime anybody reads it, they go straight to Link. They friggin' love them.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Is he the same one? Is he in stone at the beginning and somehow escapes? Like, I mean, give us more now. You're ready.
So he's when we find him, he is stone. He is walking stone. And so that's not really explained how he went from being encased to stone to actually being stone. We have written and finished a four-page short that will be out there. We're probably going to end up putting it in the as an add-on for Belial. If it doesn't work, I'm definitely going to want to try to throw it into one of the advocators or something. But it's going to be out there. It's pretty much done, to be honest.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I did know that Travis Gibbs said that he was going to be going live around 8 o'clock. So for those viewing us, we're going to stay on until Travis goes on. Because I know that Chuck also said he'd go on that show, and I don't want to keep anything from Travis. Plus, we're all our allotted time. But since Travis isn't on now, just talk to me about how you became involved in the Advocator. Just so, because a lot of people have tried to make the Advocator somehow about me, and people don't realize it actually has very little to do with me.
No, I mean, to be fair, you're the vehicle. You know what I mean? Like you and Indie Advocates are the vehicle, but really the man behind the wheel in most ways was Travis. And Travis came in and basically, like, he had this idea and said, man, you know, you should really do this, blah, blah, blah. And we originally had the Written Sins anthology that we were going to do. And that basically, when we did the rebranding, that, of course, shut down. We couldn't do that anymore. So this was kind of picking up from that, and he had this really cool idea to say, hey, man, why don't we actually advocate for other series? And, of course, since he went to you, that meant you were like, hey, man, we already have an editor. Let me talk to Chuck. And, of course, I was right in there, and Travis and I were already buddies. I had helped him go over some of Broke Down when we were both on Kickstarter together, and we did a lot of cross-promotion and stuff. So I was excited to help him out. And so, yeah, I got pulled into it that way.
And for those people, you're all over the place with the editing.
Sorry, what's that?
I said you're all over the place with editing. You're in like so many different books now.
Yeah, I actually just got picked up by Evolution, who is doing the Dog Days. They picked me up for 3 of their series. Plus, I do as much as I possibly can for you. We've got the Cat Dog and Supermom. Cat Dad and Supermom. I think I said Cat Dog. Cat Dad and Supermom. We've got all sorts of stuff going on with that. Plus, I have my own projects. Like, I'm going.
So now let me ask you, what would a cat dog look like?
Well, I mean, there was that TV show, right? Did you never see that?
No, I guess I didn't. I guess I wasn't watching Nickelodeon.
Oh, dude, in
Nickelodeon.
the late '90s, they had a Nickelodeon show called Cat Dog, and it was one half cat and one half dog, and they were attached together, and they're two heads, and they're always fighting against each other, and trying to get their own way and stuff. It was hilarious.
I vaguely remember that, but I'm talking like if you had to make a character that was Cat Dog, forget what you know Nickelodeon. How would you make it look?
If I were to do a cat dog,
I have like some ideas. I could actually like really play with that.
oh, you totally could, man. Like I would love to do some kind of crazy mutated beast that's half cat, half dog. It ends up basically hating itself because it's constantly smelling with that beautiful dog nose the cat that's upon itself. So there's this, like, I would imagine this self-loathing.
I would do a cool healing factor so it could catch its own tail, rip it off, and it'd grow back.
Right? And then it would like leap really, really high up, and it would have like amazing like night vision and claws, and oh yeah, that thing would be badass.
Coming to Advocator 2020's Winter Edition, Cat Dog. So you're part of the project. What happens next that you first noticed? Like, I mean, I know the way I saw it come together, but I'm always interested from other people's point of view how they saw the project come together, because there was a lot behind the scenes, and you weren't fully aware of all the stuff that was going on some of the time, because we'd only bring you in when we thought we needed another set of I guess on what we were doing.
Yeah, no, the next thing I kind of knew, because you guys were bouncing a lot of the ideas around each other, and then you would basically, like, when you guys got to an impasse, you'd bring it to me and be like, hey, well, what do you think? And then when it was introduced to the world, man, like, creators were just jumping on like mad. Like, we really had to I mean, and it wasn't it was mostly you and Travis really had to go through that and go, who is best suited for this first one, who, kind of has Kickstarters that can move it. And, it kind of had to be like, how can we support this and all that kind of stuff. Like, there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and everyone was really excited. And I mean, that shows not only by the cool names that we have on this first one, but also all the great stuff that we have on the second one. And I remember from the very first day, you said, I don't want to be on the first one. And I think I tried to push you into it. And you were like, no. It needs to not be about me. It needs to be about the Advocator. And I loved that. And I love that about you, how important the Advocator and advocating is, that it's not about you. It's about indie comics. It's about bringing the best thing that we possibly can out there. And you were so adamant that it needed to not be you. And I really respect the fuck out of that.
Well, now, just too, if it had been me who went first, and the voices that are complaining now, they would have said, see? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of the problem, is that you can't let people make you into something you're not.
Yeah.
And that's really how I felt about it. And it's sad that we live in the world like that, where I have to make sure that I saw that problem coming. You know what I mean? And I had to know that, if I split up first and it was me, you, and Travis, people would say, oh, you guys are just friends, and then you added 3 people. And it might have been a little true, and there were different points of view. I always thought the Advocator should have been a little longer than it wound up being. Meaning that we should have added more stories. So there were points where we did have to give and take, and it was never always my call. And I don't think a lot of people realize in this fashion that this isn't really me. The second issue, which I'm in, I'm sure that I'll have a lot more say and pull in it, because that will be my turn. It'll be a little more geared to what I want it to be with Travis. And even Travis knows that there are certain things I do want to change. And speaking of Travis, he's actually live.
Ooh!
I actually tracked him down. He's on YouTube too.
Crazy, man.
Here he is.
And now he's probably all disappointed that he doesn't have any viewers because we've got them.
You should go over and talk to him and tell him that I'm watching him.
All right. You're good then?
Yeah. I'm gonna sign us off, do the thing, and I just wanted people to know Travis was live, and I wanted to show off our boy, and I'm gonna spoof him and say hi. You can go find him, but I'm
really
gonna
cool font logo. Sorry, I'm opening up a beer.
Sounds good. Peace out, homie.
Go. Please go. What? You have children. Just go send them with cash and see what happens. It's snowing up there, right? So they're probably just like, whatever, guys. Like,
So I'm wondering how long.
So apparently they can't hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you, and YouTube can hear you. But I got to figure out how to get you onto my Facebook. Rob is online, so he could probably do that. He could probably tell me how to do it. I'm going to send Rob this link. We'll get him on here. I think as many people want to come in here. Anybody who wants to join, just come on in. I'm just let me be the moderator. It's a hangout. We're hanging out. So John, tell us about this project. And again, I'll figure out how to broadcast this totally soon.
All right, so Chuck is joining them. I don't think he has the Google Hangout, and I think that's his problem. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this a show, and I'm going to go see if I can't help Travis out with what he needs. I appreciate you all tuning in. This has, of course, been a production of the Indie Advocates Network. We went a little longer than we should have. We had some fun with Chuck. I'm going to check out Travis and see how I can help him. And we will see you all on the Kickstarter platform. So stay tuned for Travis Gibb. Look him up. That's where I'm heading next.